Good morning, YouTube. It is Friday, September 10th, 2021, and it is 11:28 a.m., so almost 11:30. I am on my way. Kind of surprised I'm up this early, but I just didn't really sleep very well last night, and I don't know, I'm up, so I figure I may as well try to be productive with my day. So I'm on my way to Bullocks. I feel like for the most part I had a pretty dang good karaoke show last night. A week ago today I did a vlog where I talked about how my day had started kind of in the late afternoon, early evening, and it had started with three oh my god, these are terrible negative phone calls, and I'm feeling really good. Now it's a week later, and I feel like I've actually turned all three of those bad situations around. The three bad phone calls were well, the one in fact wasn't even a bad phone call. It was just me being paranoid and misinterpreting it, but it was a call from the manager of the Union Jack, and I thought it was, in my paranoia, I honestly thought it was turning into I wasn't going to have the gig or whatever, and that just, their situation changed. They've been under, had a lot of issues in trying to get the bar open, but it did open yesterday. I really should have shot some video while I was down there because it was pretty cool. I did put a little bit on my Snapchat, and if you don't follow my Snapchat, that's definitely a place to get kind of updated in real time, short updates on what's going on with me. I'm AZDanDan, AZDANDAN on Snapchat. But yeah, I went there and spent a couple hours there, and that was pretty awesome. In fact, I got a video where I'm talking about what had happened there as I'm driving from there to Bullocks before my show last night. I have not uploaded that one yet, and that was shot vertically. Yeah, I explained why in the video, but it was shot vertically, and I'm really don't do a lot in the way of editing my videos before putting them up, obviously, but I've been thinking about that particular one. While I don't have video editing software at the present time, I am on my way to Bullocks, and at Bullocks I have my PC, and I just realized I'm probably not going to be able to do that there today. I'm like thinking as I talk and realizing I'm saying things I can't really do, probably because of bandwidth, because there is internet there, but it is really, really slow. But no, I'm thinking it was shot vertically, but roughly the bottom third of the screen is just dark because of how I was holding my phone as I was driving, and I'm thinking, just for shits and grins, I want to download that one and crop it square before I put it on YouTube. Not that I'm any more of a fan of square video than I am vertical video, but I definitely prefer it to, well, I guess I would suggest that I am a bigger fan, but anyway, I find square video marginally less annoying than vertical video, and yeah, the video content is crap anyway, but just makes sense to crop off what is basically dead space in the video. Anyway, yeah, other than that, I got everything else uploaded finally. Oh my lord! Like, so yesterday, one of my vlogs that I've recorded the day before, it literally took me 14, maybe 15 hours to get it uploaded. And I really don't understand why. At one point yesterday, and I did mention that I was kind of having some, I have mentioned I've been having some money issues, and yesterday I really wake up to it. When I was awake in the middle of the night, I had an email come in telling me that my Chase account was overdrawn. Not by a lot, and I definitely did mention this in a video yesterday, that I was overdrawn by $35. And, well, that's not a huge amount of money, and normally that would just be, pocket cash, bar tab cash, spend money on lunch with a friend or relative cash. It's not right now. Things are kind of tough right now. So, yeah, I was really worried that I might not have, the funds to take care of that, which would result in it kind of spiraling down into, overdraft fees and potentially, put my bank account at risk for being, sitting overdrawn. That's never a good thing. And I went through those kind of disasters with my banking after my divorce, which resulted in several years of me not banking. Of course, there was a bigger issue with my banking after my divorce, and that had to do with my ex-wife and I having the exact same name and her messing with my accounts. But even in spite of that, the biggest thing that destroyed them was my just lack of income and not always being able to keep money, and then that resulting in overdrafts and overdraft fees, and eventually just accounts being terminated for not having money, and then for beyond not having money, and then for being overdrawn. So yeah, I'm trying not to get into that trap. So anyway, I had set that video uploading on my home Wi-Fi, which usually uploads things fairly quickly, and which at this point has me wondering if maybe YouTube is throttling me for uploading so much. If maybe they've slowed down, I'll go back and upload in an attempt to discourage me. I really don't know. I've never heard of YouTube doing that, but it wouldn't surprise me. Because wow, that was a long time to upload that. But anyway, yes. So I went to brain fart. Yeah, I went to. I'm sorry, I was just thinking of other things that caused it to take so long to upload. So yeah, I left it uploading. And I figured, you know what, I'm just going to go handle my banking. I don't need my iPhone with me to handle my banking. I just leave my iPhone at home on the charger, uploading this video, and it should be done when I get back. Yeah, sounds like a plan. And I did handle the banking, that's the good news. Come to find out, my account wasn't overdrawn. I don't know the exact details on that. I do know I have overdraft protection on that account, which will pull funds as needed from my savings account. But lately that's been an issue, as there hasn't really been squat in the savings account either. It's been a while since I've been at a point where I have to worry about that sort of stuff, but it still seems like I get some kind of a fee when that happens. But anyway, I went to the bank just to try and see if I could head that off, in the past, and prevent any fees from happening. And first I actually went to my other bank to see how much money I had there and if I could pull something out. And I pulled out $35, which is scary, but that should have been enough to. I was thinking, well, that's enough to cover what's going on here at Chase. And on a brighter note, I had a great conversation with the teller, and she's new to the Valley and really likes karaoke, so gave her one of my cards and told her where my shows are. So hopefully I'll see her at my shows singing. I don't know, it's kind of funny when I'm in the bank and have one of those kind of conversations, because it does seem like Wells Fargo actually it feels like they actually train their employees to be good at small talk, to try to appear friendly. I don't know, maybe that's just me being, maybe I'm misreading that, but it seems like that's something that actually happens there, because they seem to be more about it than people at other businesses. But she did seem genuinely interested in the karaoke and you know, where she could come out and sing, you know, with her friends, since she's recently moved to Phoenix. So yeah, maybe I'll have another karaoke junkie following me to my shows, especially now that I'm, you know, looking at having more shows. But anyway, yeah, I went back to Chase, and they said that my balance was exactly at zero, as opposed to it showed it was overdrawn. And oh, my tummy hurts. Good thing I'm on my way to get breakfast. Anyway, she was. Oh no, it was a guy, teller at Chase. He told me I went there afterwards, so I would actually have some cash as opposed to just showing up there with excuses. Anyway, he resolved. Actually, he told me that I was sitting at a zero balance, which tells me that zero is too even of a number. That kind of makes me think that something was pulled from my savings through overdraft protection. But he said he didn't see any fees at that point in time. Now, sometimes the fees don't get applied till a day later, so it's possible that I just got there quick enough to avert that, because I feel like I've done that before, and previously when money has gotten really tight. I've had this account for a long time. Anyway, dang, this traffic is unexpected. The other thing that I love how these freeways sometimes go from 80 miles per hour down to like 15. Anyway, sorry, I lost my train of thought. Remarking on the sudden slowdown in traffic. Anyways, it was zero, so that kind of makes me think that something got pulled from, you know, via overdraft protection and stop it from going into the red. But yeah, there were no fees yet. And he did note that a deposit had happened as well. So I'm assuming that was money that came in from eBay. And like I said, I don't really understand what the heck is going on with eBay payments these days. It doesn't go through PayPal like it used to. And I'm sure if there's any other eBayers watching this, you're familiar with it as well. In fact, I had a good friend that told me about how he had got a email that this was happening, and I called bullshit on it because it just seemed outrageous to me. I kind of called him out for being a sucker and falling for an email doing some phishing, trying to get his account information. And come to find out, I kind of had to apologize for that because he was 100% right. Now, I don't know why he got it a few weeks before I did. I don't really understand that. Usually when stuff, when policy changes and things happen at eBay, it happens to everybody at the same time, but this particular change didn't. And I don't know when it happened to other sellers, to be honest. I just know it happened to him a good solid, 3 maybe 4 weeks before it happened to me. But anyway, yeah, so I don't really understand how I mean, I know the sales minus fees and commission gets deposited directly into my checking account, but I'm not sure how much lag there is. It seems to be kind of inconsistent. And also, I'm not really sure how it combines stuff. It seems like sometimes, like if I have 2 or 3 sales that happen like right within about the same period of time, it seems like they all go into one deposit as opposed to separate deposits per sale. That seems how it's going, and I haven't really taken the time to sit and audit it and understand it. But it seems like it saved my ass because he said that a deposit happened that offset it. So I didn't have him look into it to see if that was, that deposit was actually a funds transfer for overdraft protection, or if it came from eBay or what. I'm just kind of took him at face value of, the important information being that I did not have an overdraft fee and that I was at a zero balance. So I took the money in my pocket and deposited it and got myself to a slightly positive balance. And crisis averted. Oh, which reminds me, I'm sitting with money from yesterday's show in my pocket, and that should really get into my bank account, and a chunk of that get to the electric company. So I think I'm talking about this to remind myself of shit I need to do, because I sometimes often forget to do things I need to do. So note to self, handle that money. So I started talking about the 3 bad phone calls from last week. So the first one was the Union, and I need to wrap this up quick because there's my Bethany home exit. So the first one was Union Jack. Turns out that wasn't a negative phone call at all. It was just kind of me being tired being paranoid and misinterpreting it. And the bar is open, and I'm good to go on Tuesday. I mean, I guess it is negative that I lost the weekend shows, but I mean, that's just I'm looking out for the business. That was not really my show to begin with. Shows that were planned for tonight and tomorrow night. That was just more of a, hey, can you cover our ass because we had an unexpected delay in our live music permit? Oh, yes, I can. I don't feel like I was promised that. So anyway, I'm fine. I feel there's like a lot more coming up in the future from them to be complaining about, hey, you said I was going to do these shows and now I'm not. And I don't want them to feel like I'm so financially strapped, independent that, I don't want to put that burden on them. I really don't. So, anyway, I feel like that's all good. And I don't even feel like that was a negative conversation. I think I just misinterpreted that. The next conversation I had which was with the owner of Volux, that was unquestionably negative. I mean, he chewed my ass. I actually heard it from a couple of my coworkers when I showed up, and I'm not going to go into details now, but yeah, I definitely was over the line of asshole last week, and I actually saw two people who I was really harsh to, and I apologized to them. I actually saw a meme like that was on Imgur, and I generally don't go on Imgur much, but whoa, this guy looks dead on the side of the road. I generally don't look at memes on Imgur, but I don't know, I got a thing that was I got sucked in with Star Trek memes, and the next thing I know, I'm scrolling looking at memes on Imgur. But one person had uploaded a bunch of mental health memes, and one of them that kind of hit home wasn't even really a meme. It was a cutout screenshot, I believe, of other social media. I find that so weird how people will cut out screenshots of other social media and post it on other social media. That trend is just bizarre to me, but I see it a lot these days. So anyway, it was I don't know what media it was. It was from one I don't use, so probably Twitter or Instagram. But it was cut out, and it just basically one of those words of wisdom type, and it said. Just because you have mental health doesn't mean, just because you have mental health issues doesn't mean that you don't owe an apology to the people that you exploded or went off at. And, which I couldn't agree more with. And I don't know, maybe I just needed a reality check of that. So, I saw those people when I came in, and, the couple that I had, and part of it I think was a misunderstanding of like he heard something a little bit different than what I said, but regardless, I mean, what I said was out of line and rude, and the first thing I did, I went in and I apologized to them, and they were very receptive of it, and his wife gave me a hug and just like, hey, we know you're going through some shit, we just want you to, we just want the best for you, we really do like you, and they bought me a pitcher of beer, so yeah, good. That was nice that ended well. As far as the owner being upset at me and me thinking, oh my God, he's gonna can me. While I was at the Union Jack, I actually got a call from him, wanting my help in getting the sound for the football game, the Dallas Cowboys versus the New England Patriots game yesterday. So, the fact that he's back to turning to me for help and just sounded, really eager to talk to me, tells me that he still, needs me, and regardless of my issues last week, like he's overlooking and he's past it. So obviously I need to get past it. And then at the end of the night, I had the security guy kind of reference the issue with the couple that had bought me the beer, and I just kind of laughed. I'm like, dude, I was under a lot of stress. I said, if it makes you feel better, I actually already talked to them and apologized, and we're good. And he's like, so that guy's usually actually a cook or a bar back, and he was working security last night. And then at the end of the night, it was said a little tongue-in-cheek, but the bar owner was like, hey, much better job tonight than last week. And I just kind of smiled. I'm like, yeah, last week was bad, so I felt good. So anyway, that's Volux back to a good place. And then the other one being, of course, the negative phone call from my landlord. Hey, rent has been paid. I don't know how serious he was about, I'm going to start evicting you, because I mean, third of the month seems awfully early when I believe there is supposed to be a 5-day grace period, 5 business day grace period, and it was holiday weekend. But I don't know. Hopefully that situation doesn't happen again. Anyway, I'm here at Bullock's. I need to go in and get my breakfast. I'm 10 minutes within the end of the breakfast special, so I don't want to miss that because I'm out in my car talking to myself. But anyway, hey, thanks for listening, and like and subscribe if you haven't already. Have a good one. Bye-bye.